Okay, hello, how are you? This is Kay. So today is the 17th of December, 2023 on Sunday. So as Sunday's topic, I will be doing the weekly Forex forecast. So actually not only Forex, but also I will be covering the gold, WTI, and indices and Bitcoin, and also the fundamental news for this week. So I have a lot of topics to cover today, so I hope you will enjoy the live stream today and get some information, something new from out of today's live stream. So, all right, let me now switch screen and say hi to everyone. Okay, let me see. Okay, I got some nice comments here already. Let me see. Hello, Reza. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, he says the question that was always in my mind was, what is the reason for the existence of Senko Span 1? And after watching your previous video, I got a deep understanding of it. Okay, that's great to hear. Yes, I did the video on Senko Span A or Senko Span 1 because it tends to be a mystery, right? Always. There's a Kumo, you know Senko Span B, but what's the meaning of Senko Span A? So if you read the original books, then you will exactly know why it's there and in what purpose you can use the Senko Span A. So that's what I was explaining on that video earlier. So glad to hear that. Okay, Reza also says, Master, I have gained a deep understanding of Ichimoku, but whenever more of you talk about it, I feel that this sea still has unknown places to see. Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, the information I'm sharing is, I think, just the tip of the iceberg. So, and it's more like I'm making it easier for everyone, for you to understand. So if you study Ichimoku deeply, then it can go deeper and deeper as you want. So yeah, and that's something I share within the community, but here I try to be more simplified and easier, and so that you can get the whole picture of the Ichimoku. That's my purpose of doing this YouTube. Okay, hello Costa, thanks for joining. He says, hi Kay, good to see you, hope you're well. I caught up on last week's video. I especially enjoyed the last one. All my last week trades I've done very well. Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm glad that you have been liking the videos from the last week. Okay, just one more thing. I have started including ATS with your teaching on how banks trade, and when they go for money grab, do you use that concept? No, I don't. My concept is more simple. Whenever there's a trend, I follow. When there's no trend, I don't trade. That's it. Okay, so yeah, let me quickly say hi to everyone. Bishunu, thanks for joining. And MD, Rumman, good to see you. And Y, thanks for joining. John, good to see you. SAS, thanks for joining. And Photo and Kevin, good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I'm doing so well today. All right, Edward, thanks for joining. All right, and Benjalon, good to see you too. All right, and Van, thanks for joining. Sibir, good to see you from Bangladesh. And Shiza, good to see you. And Wong, thanks for joining. And everyone, good to see you here. Okay, so let me now start. As I announced a couple of times already, the GTS in January 2024 is now open, and there are some seats available. This is 3 months training program, so if you're interested, let me know by email, then I can give you further details. Okay, so now I will switch screen to trading view, and we will do the weekly analysis on the weekly time frame. So first, let me start from the Euro USD. Okay, hold on. Let me try to fit the trading view on this page like this so that you can see the whole picture. Okay, so here is the Euro USD. Okay, as soon as I see this market, to me, this is range because the Kumo is flat and very small. And what's more, this Kumo is actually bearish Kumo. It's not the bullish Kumo, it's a bearish Kumo, and the bearish Kumo is flat. So it may go down, right? Or it may twist bullish again, then go bullish. But at this stage, we never know which way the Kumo goes. Simply this Kumo is too small to know which way it's going. So this is one of the reasons why I say it's range. And also Kijun Sen, the green Kijun Sen is flat. So that's another indication of the range. Tenkan Sen below Kijun Sen, that's also another indication of the range. And Chikou span is now touching the candlestick. That's also another indication of the range. So at a glance, right, as Ichimoku suggests, at a glance, this is range to me. So in this case, I don't think too much. The chance for the market to go up and down is 50-50. So I come back sometime next week or this week, and if the market breaks resistance, that will turn bullish. If the market breaks the support level, then it becomes range because weekly will be going into Kumo and the market will lose the direction. So the only chance for me is to wait for the breakout of around 1.1, then buy. In that case, the target is going to be up here on 1.1277. So I will just keep my arrow up like this and monitor chart this week. So we'll see. So that's Euro USD. And next is the Euro JPY. Euro JPY has been retracing, well, basically all the JPY pairs are retracing for the last couple of weeks, but yeah, especially Euro JPY broke the Kijun Sen. So now you see Kumo is bullish, Kijun Sen is up also, Tenkan Sen above Kijun Sen, well, Chikou span is touching, but when you see Kumo Kijun Sen up, you may think that it's bullish, but actually it's not, because again, the market broke the Kijun Sen and Chikou span touching. These two are the indication of the range. So Euro JPY is now range, but and it may be traced to Kumo, Senko span A. So in terms of the Kumo, right, in terms of long-term participants, like I mentioned about the Kumo, so far the price is above the Senko span B. So in the long term, it's still bullish. But in the short to mid term, it's bearish. And the reason why I say it's range is because this is where the short term and mid term sellers and long term buyers fight. And due to that, it tends to spike very much. It tends to be tricky and spike. So although you see downtrend in the lower time frames, and although you see the breakout in the lower time frames, it may be fake. So you have to be careful. You have to be very good at the risk management to be able to trade on this retracement. Usually, when the market retraces, it tends to be very spiky and choppy, and the spread becomes bigger. So it may be tricky to trade on this one, but let's see. If it goes down, I follow downtrend. Okay, next is the Euro CAD. Euro CAD pair is now flat, completely flat. The Kumo is very thin, like a thread, and this is a flat Kumo. So just by looking at this, I see that this is range. And then what's more, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen are flat, and Chikou span is very close to candles. So this pattern looks just like the one on Euro USD. Again, if you look at the Euro USD, it looks like this. Kumo is very flat and thin, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat, Chikou span touching, and Euro CAD is almost identical. So for now it's range. So yeah, I don't think the market goes any directions. Okay, next is Euro AUD. Euro AUD is also range, retracing, but to me this is bearish. I put down arrow last week because I see this is range, and the reason is because of the price action. So again, first, in terms of Ichimoku, Kumo flat, Kijun Sen is up, Tenkan Sen down. This is also an indication of the flatness. Chikou span touching, so it's flat. But in terms of the price action, the market is now on the reversed N wave. So this is bearish. Ever since the week of the 14th of August or 21st of August, it has been bearish. And now Tenkan Sen is pointing down. So I expect this week will be bearish on Euro AUD, but it may not run big pips because the Kumo's there and Senko Span A is really close. To Senko Span A, it's only like, it still has 100 pips or so, so it's fine. But yeah, the target will be 100 pips or so on Senko Span A, which is around 1.6134. So you may be able to trade about 100 pips this week, but still it may be choppy too. So overall it's bearish to me in the very short term. And once the market reaches Senko Span A, we never know if the market will be supported and goes up or goes into Kumo. We never know. So this we have to monitor closely in the months of December and January. Okay, so next is Euro Pound. Euro Pound has been completely ranging too, so I'm simply waiting for the breakout of 0.8504. It's really range. No trend, no trace. Same as Euro USD or Euro CAD. Okay, next is Euro Swiss franc. This pair is about to break the support, like I mentioned last week also, right? I'm waiting for the breakout of 0.9406. And still, there's a good chance for the market to break because the Kumo is bearish, Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen flat, but last week the market was resisted by the Tenkan Sen and it also closed with a doji. So last week open price, close price were at the same level, around the same level, and then the market high and low. And that's the logic of the doji candlestick. So once the market breaks the daily support, which is here on 0.9434, then it may break the major support of 0.9406. So we'll see. This is now bearish to me, so I'm still waiting for the breakout. Or even before the breakout, I may sell this week. So we will see. So next is the Pound USD. Okay, Pound USD is also range. Kumo is so thin, so flat, and Kijun Sen is completely flat, and Chikou span is also touching. So this is also identical to Euro USD or Euro CAD. This market is also range. So yeah. However, like I mentioned on this arrow, if the market breaks that resistance of 1.2792, then it may turn bullish. So, and to that, the pips from the closing price and to the resistance level on the weekly is about 125 pips. So yeah, this week the market may break that resistance, and then the following weeks may be bullish trend. So we will see. Yeah, I mean the only possible trading scenario is to buy on Pound USD than sell. And here Chikou span is touching, but this is called the Chikou span trace. And this is one of the original Ichimoku strategies. Whenever Chikou span traces, the market tends to go towards the the follow the Chikou span trace direction. From Chikou span viewpoint, next week will be the doji, and 2 weeks after will be bullish. So 2 weeks after will be bullish, but then it's going to be towards the year end. So the uptrend may happen on January. The first week and second week of January may be bullish trend on pound USD. So you can project that by looking at the Chikou span trace strategy. But for now, anyways, it's safer to wait for the break of 1.2792. So that's my view on pound USD. So then let me now move on to pound JPY. Okay, pound JPY is now in the very, at the very edge of the trend line. So this is now definitely retracing because it broke the Kijun Sen and Chikou span is about to break. So if the Chikou span breakout happens this week, then they will also make the trend line breakout. Then I think the market turns bearish, normal bullish trend. So, but if the market will be supported by the trend line this week and ends up with a bullish bar this week, then it may go bullish too, and Chikou span breakout may happen towards bullish side. So for now, I can't really tell which way the market closes. So it may be safer to come back next week or in the month of January to trade. So that's pound JPY. And next is the pound CAD. This pair is also range. And like I mentioned before last week, this is Kijun Sen retracement. And in fact, last week ended with a bearish bar. So far, we still have enough buffer to the support level about 91 pips. So I still keep my arrow down, and we can still look for the selling opportunity on pound CAD. So to me, still this is bearish, and the target is on 1.6846. Okay, so that's the analysis. Okay, and also this is something I mentioned last week also, but in a bigger picture, on pound CAD, the market has been resisted by a descending trend line ever since the week of the 19th of March 2018. So you can also draw the line, the descending trend line, because it has been respected once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times, 5 times, and 6 times. So I think from here, the market goes bearish from this bigger picture perspective. And also, again, when you break down to the weekly time frame, now Kijun Sen retracement is now happening. So like I mentioned on the shorts or some other videos, whenever you see Kijun Sen flat, that's when the market gets attracted to the flatness of the Kijun Sen. So whenever Kijun Sen goes flat, the market tends to retrace. So now the market touched the descending trend line on the weekly or the even yearly basis, then Kijun Sen flat, so the market should be attracted to Kijun Sen. And we have about 91 pips, 92 pips of room to trade. So pound CAD is bearish in the short term in this reason. So next is pound AUD. Pound AUD is now turning bearish because it's breaking the support of 1.8863. So technically it hasn't broken yet, so it would be better to wait for the closing price below 1.8863 and sell. And Chikou span then should break, and then the market turns bearish. So this week may be tricky, but next week or next year in January, I think pound AUD will be bearish. So next is pound Swiss franc. this pair is completely ranging, so as soon as I see this at a glance, I stay away. Because Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, and the market is going into Kumo. We have lots of dojis and these long wicks up and down, so this is range. This pair is not tradable for sure. Okay, next is the USDJPY. USDJPY is bearish in the short term, and like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, this pair was also the Kijun Sen retracement. I exactly draw the Kijun Sen price level 144.57, and then it has reached. And then last week it broke the Kijun Sen bearish. So now it's bearish, and now the target is on the weekly single span B, which is 139.61. So there's a good chance that the market retraces to the weekly Kijun Sen, and we have a room of about 252 pips, 53 pips to trade. So Euro JPY in this reason is bearish. Okay, so whenever Kijun Sen goes flat, first the market will be attracted to Kijun Sen, and then the Kijun Sen may work as a support level, and then the market turn bullish, then being resisted by the previous resistance level, and then go down to the flat Kijun Sen. However, when the market breaks Kijun Sen, then it heads to the next flat line, flat Ichimoku line, and that will be the Senko Span B. And then once the market reaches Senko Span B and bounce, then it may go up also to the flat Kijun Sen, and it continues up and down. So this is the concept of a Hanne line. Hanne means half price or mid price, middle price in Japanese. So Senko Span B is a Hanne line, Senko Span A is also a Hanne line, and Kijun Sen is Hanne line, Tenkan Sen is also Hanne line. So whenever you see these Hanne lines, and whenever they are flat, the market tends to be attracted to the Hanne lines. So that's why I think the target is now on the weekly Senko Span B, 139.61. Yeah, Ichimoku gives you so much perspectives and wisdom about the markets, and that's something I try to share in my YouTube. So my analysis will be very much different from others because I'm using Ichimoku and Ichimoku concept to it. So now let me move on continuously to USD-CAD. USD-CAD was bearish last week, but now if you look at it, then this is now flat Kijun Sen. The market touches the flat Kijun Sen, so then it may be supported and goes bullish. Okay, so here at this moment, we cannot tell which way it's going. Once the market breaks the Senko Span B, then it goes down to 1.3094, the previous support. So just because the market reaches Senko Span B, it doesn't mean that it retraces. It doesn't mean that. Of course, it can break and goes bearish. So here we have to be patient to see if the market retraces or be supported or not. My feeling is that the market breaks the Senko Span B and goes bearish because of the Chikou span trace. Chikou span, between Chikou span to candlesticks, there's some gap in between. So that means this week, when the new candlestick appears, new Chikou span appears, then I think Chikou span will be attracted more to the price. So then as a result, I think that's gonna be a bearish bar and breakout. So yeah, USD to me is still bearish. So when I see downtrend, I follow still. Okay, so next is USD Swiss franc. This pair is continuously bearish. So my analysis remained the same from last week. Still bearish, and I think the market reaches 0.8555. And we have a room of 133 pips to trade. So far it's downtrend. Let me keep this arrow down and see if it reaches the support this week. Okay, next is AUD-USD. This market is now bullish trend because it broke the descending trend line. Descending trend line ever since the week of the 4th of April last week. So it has respected 1, 2, 3 times. And then that has been broken bullish just last week. And also now the market is going within the Kumo. So, and the Kumo, this part is really thin here. So in that case, the market tends to break the Kumo easily, and then it may turn bullish in the month of January. So to me, it's bullish. So let's see if it continues bullish on AUD-USD. Okay, next is AUD-JPY. AUD-JPY is now consolidating range. So at a glance, I don't want to take trade on this one. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, last week as doji, and now also it's on inside bar. This is called on the inside bar. So in Chikou span touching, so no trend, no trace. Okay, next is AUD-CAD. This market is also range. Now the price between Kijun Sen Kumo and Chikou span touching, Kumo flat, so there's nothing that that tells the direction. The only possible, I think the ideal timing to buy is when the market breaks the Senko span B, which is 0.9075. And then I think the market turns bullish. So I will keep my arrow up so you can remember my analysis in the future. And then to the resistance to the Kumo Senko span A, the pips will be 113 or 116 pips. So it's possible that it breaks this week. Yeah, in terms of the volatilities every day, it's like 165 pips or so. Around 165 pips is the volatility so far. So that means, yeah, it may break the Senko span B and goes bullish this week. So we will see. Okay, next is AUD Swiss franc. This market is now consolidating flat. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen is down, but the market is now consolidating because it broke the descending trend line. It violated the descending trend line that I drew on the yellow. So this is now range. So I don't think the market goes bearish anymore. So I will take out this arrow and also the target. And I think this week I will stay away and see which way it goes and follow the new trend from 2 weeks after. So next is CAD-JPY. CAD-JPY is bearish ever since it was resisted on 110.65. It has been bearish. And now it broke the Kijun Sen. Chikou span is now also breaking. So now I will take out the up arrow and the target is on the Senko span A. And the room to Senko span A is going to be about 300 pips or 270 pips. So we have lots of room to trade, to sell on CAD-JPY. So that's my analysis. And then CAD Swiss franc is about to break the support, and to me it's bearish still. Chikou span below candles and Kumo Senko span A is down. Kijun Sen flat, but Tenkan Sen is down. So to me it's continuously bearish. So I will keep my arrow down and see if it breaks the support. And finally, Swiss franc JPY. Okay, Swiss franc JPY also broke the Kijun Sen last week. So now this is retracing. So the target in this case also is going to be the Senko span A. So we'll see. I think JPY pairs seems to be continuously retracing, so sell will be the right call. Okay, so now let me move on to a gold and WTI. Okay, again, thank you very much for joining, everyone. Great to see you, as always. I hope you're having a great weekend and spending some good time with your family or friends. Yeah, always have a good time and be healthy. That's really important in trading and whatever you do. Okay, so now I have gold analysis. So let me switch the screen. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I said that the market may be supported by 2009.28 and bounce and goes up. And looks like now it's happening. Well, last week it wasn't exactly being supported by that level, but at least there was a bullish bar, and the market was supported by the Kijun Sen, the green Kijun Sen, and Kumo is up, Chikou span above candles, so to me it's bullish. So the market was N wave before, and then it came all the way down to 2009 area, and then now this may be the next N wave bullish. So to me, gold is still bullish, and I continue to look for buying opportunities. So next is WTI. WTI is still continuously bearish ever since it broke the inside bar from the week of the 13th of November. It broke the inside, as I highlighted as the yellow lines. So it broke the inside bar breakout last week, and yeah, there was a pin bar then. So now there's a strong buyers from the area of 66.9. So from here, I think it's still bearish, but I think it consolidates for 2 weeks and then turns bullish is my feeling now. I think at least this week and next week it consolidates. So basically December will be the consolidation month, and from January onwards I think the market goes bullish. So let me keep this arrow up and continue to monitor chart. Okay, next is index. So first, Nikkei 225, it has been ranging, and also, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, Kijun Sen flat, and that's why I say that the market retraced Kijun Sen. And it exactly happened 2 weeks ago, and now last week was bullish. So that means it may reach to the previous resistance level, 33,814. So we will see on that one. Chikou span touching, so basically it's range overall. No direction, no trade will be the rule. And next, Dow Jones. Okay, Dow Jones has been strongly bullish trend now. It broke the doji, and it also reached the target of 36,983. So this is now all-time high on Dow Jones. So in this case, the next target will be the next run numbers. So since it broke 37 mark, the next target is going to be 38,000. So let me just keep that price on the trading view so that we remember our talk. Okay, so now it's bullish, right? Okay, but one thing is that in terms of the weekly, it's overbought. So retracement, I think, should have to happen. Retracement has to happen, and how I identify the overbought is by the Kumo shape. whenever you see Kumo thin, whenever it's Senko span A up, Senko span B up, and both are pointing up strongly, then the gap between A and B gets smaller, and as a result, Senko span A and B gets closer and Kumo gets thinner, and it points up bullish. So this is a typical overbought pattern. So I would be careful because the market may retrace anytime soon. So it's better to wait for the retracement and consolidate. And then what's going to happen with the Kumo is Senko span B first of all become flat. Then Senko span A keeps going up or range, and after the consolidation and when after the market starts to be bullish, then Kumo gets thicker because Senko span A then move up, but Senko span B remains flat, and that will give you the thicker Kumo. And that will be the best scenario to buy. Now, even if you buy, it may retrace this week or next week, or sometime in January, and you may lose. So I think the best option is to wait for the consolidation, wait until Kumo gets thicker and buy. Okay, so next is Nasdaq. Nasdaq also broke the resistance level 16165, and now it's reaching target of 16780. And I think it will reach this week. This is still bullish, so no doubt you can buy and hold. Okay, next is S&P 500. This market is also bullish because it broke the resistance to 4605, and now the target is 4800. So yeah, this one is also really strong, strongly bullish, no doubt. In this case, you never sell. You simply follow bullish trend and buy. That's easier to trade and easier to make profits over time. Okay, so basically all the US indices are bullish. So now let me move on to Euro stocks. Euro stocks also bullish, but last week closed with a doji. So that means this week, if the market breaks doji bearish, then it may turn bearish. But if the market breaks the doji bullish, then it's going to be a bullish trend. So far, we never know which way it's going. When you see doji, that means in this candlestick time frame, it's consolidating. There's no trend in this candlestick time frame, which is in this case weekly. So that means for the last 1 week, there was no trend, no direction. So that means we have to wait for the follow. We have to wait for the breakout direction to follow. So that's Euro stocks. Okay, and then FTSE 100 was continuously range between the area of 7722 and 7230. No trend, no trace. Okay, next is CAC France. CAC France was also bullish ever since it broke the descending trend line, right? And now it broke the previous high of 74.43. So I think this is also all-time high, right? It's also all-time high. So in this case, the next target is going to be 7700. And then it moves on, 7800, 7900. But for now, let me just keep 7700 as an initial target. Okay, so that's CAC France. And then next, German 40. It was also bullish 2 weeks ago, but last week was bearish. So now looks like the market starts retracing. So and also Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen together, so that means it's overbought. So you cannot buy from here. You have to wait for, in this case, I would wait for the retracement and being supported by the previous resistance and then turns bullish. Then I buy. That will be the scenario for Germany 40. Okay, next is Nifty chart. Nifty is continuously bullish, right? Like I have been mentioning this pair, this market, it reached the target of 21,000 and now it's heading towards 22,000. And I think it will become true. Now the market is heading towards 22,000 mark. Okay, so I will keep my arrow up to that level right now. Okay, so next is AU200. Australia 200 last week was bullish, but overall range still. Kumo flat, Kijun Sen flat, Chikou span touching, overall range. So we cannot trust the bullish trend anymore. So that's Australia 200. And finally, Hang Seng Index. Hang Seng has been bearish. Like I mentioned last week, Kumo down, Senko span and AB both down, Kijun Sen down, Chikou span below candles. So it's downtrend basically. Okay, so now let me move on to Bitcoin, BTC USD, because I know some of you trade cryptos. So here is the BTC USD. Okay, Bitcoin ended with the bearish bar last week. So this bearish bar appeared first time since the 16th of October. So yeah, it has been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive bullish bars, and we have on the 9th bar bearish. So that means from here the market may retrace. So the initial target is going to be on Tenkan Sen, and then Kijun Sen will be targets. Then once it breaks both levels, then it can go down also to the previous resistance. So we'll see which target the market will respect. So that's BTC USD. Okay, now I think I have covered everything I wanted to cover today from the chart. So now let me open the news website and check out the news together. What we're gonna have. Okay, so this is a website that I'm using. It's called fxstreet.com. And okay, so starting from, oops, hold on, let me click on this week so that the whole week will be highlighted like this. Then click apply. Then I get this whole news calendar. So Monday on the 18th, we have no big news. Tuesday, we have a news on Australia RBA meeting minutes, and also in Japan, there will be monetary policy statement. So JPY pairs may move on Tuesday, on the 19th. And then also later on, there will be a CPI in Canada, and that's it. Wednesday, the 20th, we have CPI in UK, and on Thursday, 21st, we have gross domestic product annualized in the US. And Friday, 22nd, we have GDP retail sales in UK, and also core personal consumption expenditures in the US too. And that's it. So it looks like this week the most important will be CPI in the UK, and also monetary policy statement in Japan, and then also CPI in Canada also important, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, let's see what market will bring here. Okay, so now let me drink water, so I will be Oh, no sound. I'm sorry, no sound. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I have been talking myself. No sound. I'm sorry. Now I notice your messages. Yeah, now you can feel, right? Now you can hear. Now you can hear. I'm sorry. For 10 minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. For 10 minutes, no sound. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oh yeah, so let me quickly catch up, all right? Let me quickly catch up on these comments. Yeah, Heikin Ashi I don't use with Ichimoku. And Ko says, 3 trades last week, you won overall. Congratulations, that's great. And Maribrozu says about December market, it's in terms of my experience, December will be still good. So I still trade. Yeah, I've seen some nice trends in the month of December. So I continue to trade in the month of December. Okay, and let's see. And then what else? Sorry, my microphone was muted. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, and in terms of the USD it's bearish. So about to break the support, and I think it will break the support level of, hold on, let me share screen. Support level of 3.9138. So it's bearish. This is USD Okay, and Costa says, good people, please do not forget to smash the like button for Kay, and thank you Kay for sharing your knowledge with us all, much appreciated. And thank you so much for the comment, and I do appreciate your comment and also participation as well, because I like to share, I like to teach, I like to share knowledge to everyone, and I think it's in my genes. Whenever I feel I share, I feel really good, and whenever you appreciate the things I share, then I feel really good. Yeah, if I only trade, then that would be too boring, and I have no excitement. But if I do something to someone, then I feel alive, and I feel, very, very nice. So that's why I keep on doing this on YouTube and also in my communities. Yeah, so that's why. But thank you very much for the comment, and I do appreciate your participations and comments too. By reading these comments and try to answer myself, I learn also myself. I learn sometimes I answer from the direction that I never thought of before. So yeah, it's actually for both ways. But yeah, thank you very much for the comment, as always. Okay, and Euro Swiss franc, it's about to break the support level. So, and that's what I'm waiting for, the breakout of 0.9406. Okay, here's the chart, sorry, here's the chart, about to break the support and waiting for that to happen. That's Euro Swiss franc. And okay, yeah, and okay, Dev says if there are 2 pairs, Euro JPY has normal Kumo, but you have already entered an Euro JPY order, and USD JPY Kumo is more stable, but the entry appears again about 1 hour later. How would you handle it? And in that case, if I already hold the position on Euro JPY, then I set what I call break-even line, and then I take another trade on USD JPY. That's what I would do. Because from the moment when you set break-even line, you never lose. You never risk 2% anymore, right? So then you'll be open to trade any other markets or pairs. So whenever I want to trade another pairs, another markets, I set break even, then I never risk anymore, then I move on. Yeah, I think that's the safest way to trade multiple currencies or pairs at the same time. Okay, Warren says, Dear Kei-san, during trading hour, will you be so curious about how 1 minute chart is going on and as to look at 1 minute chart during trading? Yes, I do. Yes, I do look at 1 minute time frame and give some extra confirmation to enter or exit my trades. Yes. And I share 1 minute strategy in my KTS Academy or GTS. So that's also part of my strategy to be more precise on my entries and exits. Okay, Anis, thanks for joining. Good to see you. All right, Elio says, can you please look at weekly daily on ADBE and AVGO? Okay, let me check. I don't think I ever check those markets, so this is totally first time for you, which is exciting. ADBE. Okay. Oh, Adobe. Okay. Let me see. Let me switch screen. Okay, and here. Okay, so Adobe, this is a weekly time frame. And in terms of the weekly, it's bullish still because the Kumo Senko span A is up and the Kumo is getting thicker and bigger. Kijun Sen is up too. Tenkan Sen is up. Chikou span above candles. So overall, it's bullish so far. However, the market is now, last week, the market retraced. So then, when I draw the horizontal line like this, then there is a resistance area around 579.13. This is more like a resistance or support zone. So I think I will take the rectangle and draw it like this way. So there is strong support area around this red area. So I think the market will be supported by this area and goes bullish this way. So this is a weekly analysis. Okay, and based on the daily, let's see what we see on the daily chart. Okay, daily chart is now its range, Chikou span touch, and there's a gap between the week between 13th and the 14th of December. Okay, there's a gap, double top, neckline breakout. Okay, so this is now what I would do in this case is that I wait until the market breaks here on 592.15. I wait for the market to break that level. If it does, I think the market goes bullish after this. But if it doesn't, then I think the market either consolidates or it breaks the previous resistances and goes bearish. In those cases, you don't want to trade because the market will be very choppy anyways. Both scenarios, I think the market will be very choppy. So the only tradable scenario is to buy because weekly is still bullish. So buy will be the right call. Then I wait for the breakout of here of this previous support resistance 592.15 and then take a buy. Okay, so that's Adobe. Okay, and AVGO. Okay, let me see. AVGO, Broadcom. Okay, so let me check the weekly first. Oh wow, there's a huge, bullish bar, 2.1% last week. Okay, so now it's bullish. In this case, first thing I have to check is the major resistance support levels. So I will zoom out all the way. And then this is all-time high, looks like. Yeah, it's all-time high. So let me check the whole history of the market. Okay, the market goes up and down, broke the Kumo here, and twice broke the Kumo. And now looks like the market has been supported by the Kijun Sen. Okay. So on the weekly chart, what I see here is this is overbought. So I think the market will consolidate. I think the retracement will happen. So that's one thing I would anticipate. Because Kumo is getting thinner, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen together, so it's overbought. However, the market has been supported by the Kijun-sen once and twice before, so even if the market retraces, I think it will again be supported by the Kijun-sen and continues bullish. That's the weekly scenario. In terms of the candlesticks, there was a range. This is called the box range. Box range, or rather, this is more like a ascending P wave. Ascending P wave breakout. Then tested the previous resistance, and now it's bullish. Yeah, so overall it's bullish. Yeah, let me again make it more clear. So there was a ascending P wave breakout. Then it became the support and it's bullish. So I think sooner or later the market will be having a bullish trend, but it has to retrace because this bullish bar overbought. It has to retrace, it has to consolidate, then bounce and goes up. So that's my scenario. And then with that in mind, if I check the daily time frame, then daily is also overbought. Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen together, Chikou span is above the candles, Kumo is relatively thinner, so it's overbought. So I would wait for the retracement in this case. It may retrace to previous resistance, 1001.08. That's one of the possibilities, or it may retrace to one of the Fibonacci levels. Fibonacci would say that it can retrace 23.6%, 38.2%, 50%, or 61.8%. 61.8% above the previous resistance. So for sure, if the market retraces to that level, I think the market bounces and goes up. And weekly Kijun-sen may be here by then. So anyways, it's bullish in the long term, but I wait for the retracement, pullback and pushback to buy. That's AVGO. But what I say here is reversal. Even if this is Forex, I will exactly the same thing. I will say the same thing. And even if it's Bitcoin, I will say exactly the same thing. This is universal. Okay, now it's been more than 1 hour, so let me quickly check some other comments. FT Images says, hello Kay, markets, stocks and indices look like losing stream at the end of the year. I checked it using Ichimoku and looks like we have to wait as it looks overbought. In terms of stock market indices, I think the Kumos are thicker. On the weekly Dow Jones Kumo thin, and Nasdaq Kumo is okay. Nasdaq is stably bullish, but Dow Jones is thin, so it's overbought. S&P 500 is also overbought, right? So I think Nasdaq is okay. Nasdaq is okay, but Dow Jones and S&P seem to be overbought for me. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's my analysis on these US indices. Yeah, Crystal says, now is the time to learn what is his thought process and see if you are right. Yeah, without any voice, while muting. Yeah, I was thinking to do it one of these days though, like without appearing myself, like I will be hiding myself like this, and without saying anything, I do analysis. I draw lines. I check time frames. I check this strings chart or markets, and I trade, enter, exit my exit trades, and see if it can read my mind. Yeah, I think that would be interesting to do. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry about the microphone issue back then. I love Kay's sharing spirit despite the muted mic. Okay. Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was muted. Sorry. Oh yeah, and now you even gave me super chat to notice it. Yeah, sorry. And thank you so much for your donation. Okay, Warren says, thanks, Kason. We will see a lot of consolidations at the critical levels all the time. How do you distinguish from a lot of false breakouts or deal with them? One way to do is the Kumo shape. When Kumo's too thin, like Dow Jones, then it tends to be resisted on the resistance or the round numbers, psychological numbers. But if Kumo is thick like this, then it tends to break and goes continuously. So that's one of the ways to distinguish. Okay, so now I think I will finish the live. So again, thank you very much for joining the live stream as usual. And I have been always happy to share things and knowledge, experience, and I wish you learn continuously and be better trader. Like I mentioned always, I'm here to help you become a non-losing trader. So non-losing is really important. Before you start to win, there's a phase called non-losing. Like no matter how many trades you take, you don't lose. You don't win, but you don't lose. That's a very important phase. If you haven't experienced that yet, then please continue to follow me and try to become a non-losing trader first. And then, because if you become non-losing trader, that means you are on the right spot and you are doing the right risk management. So if experience comes and if you take more trades and more experience and more wisdom, then most likely you start to win trades. At least for me, that was my phase. So that's why I say to become a non-losing trader is a key to success. So anyways, thank you very much for joining here, and I hope you have the rest of your great weekend and also great week next week, and I hope to see you again soon. So until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Okay, bye for now everyone. Mata ne. Thank you very much.